Hello, everybody. I'm Radu. I'm the CTO of Travecta, and this is my first time pitching. So, thank you for thanks for helping me embrace my emotions now. So, imagine a 12 days trip to Argentina. You may go to Buenos Aires, maybe on the rural side. Maybe you visit the Iguazu Falls. But then imagine planning that for five friends. It takes ages. Luckily, there's DMC companies, destination management companies, which help with that. But their problem is that they're not digital. They focus on delivering the tour. They don't focus on being digital. That's where we want to solve one of their main problems. 61% of all the multi-day tours is still offline today. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, think about TUI or any big travel operator or any airlines which would love to sell this type of tours, this type of authentic tours. They don't have access to that. They don't know where to get it. Even if they would, imagine the amount of money they need to put in a team that would sign contracts with every small DMC. Now, that bottleneck, that integration bottleneck is a real challenge today. What we try to do is to provide the technical layer that helps them all. We, of course, use AI to allow them to do some smart ingestions of the tours. I mean, the DMCs would be able to provide the tours. We then standardize the data. Imagine thousands of DMCs that have different structures of data. We help with that. And then we prepare everything for real-time syncing and, of course, API first, but also MCP in the world of AI integrations. It's not a small market. These are real numbers. And if we're getting like just 0.1% of the sum, then we're hitting our 2030 objective, which is 375 million in GMV. Our product, imagine like Stripe for tour distribution. That's what we do. We link the two parts of the story. Now, one thing that was difficult was to establish the business model, because in this industry, lots of people take money for the software itself. We don't take that. We only take money, a small percentage on any successful booking. Now, we launched in March on the supply side. We are overwhelmed by the demand on the supply side. We already have hundreds of authentic tours which are live on the platform available. And we also had some, it's true, manual testing with one of our distributor partners, which is Voyage Privé. We're launching distribution in about a month. And we're talking with big names like Fly Dubai, Journaway, Exotica, which are real monsters on the market. Today, this year, we're focusing on Europe mainly, and 2030, we hope to be reaching the 50,000 tours mark. Of course, there's competition. The thing is that we can go in details and I can explain how none of those are doing exactly the same thing. But that's not the important thing. We're taking a step back and we're looking at where AI will gonna lead. And we do not want to compete with our competitors. We want to provide the data that will help them build their AI solutions. That's the very long hidden agenda that we have. We're asking for 500K, which is deliberately, in a way, reduced, so that it helps us for 18 months. We would be break-even by then. And most of the money goes, of course, into partnership, sales, and distributions, and the product. It's important to have an unfair advantage. And Thomas is in the industry since 25 years. He already worked with the big monsters on the distribution side. We have the network. Katina, our CEO, is very well connected in travel, and I'm having around 20 years of experience in modeling solutions, modeling products, and then managing teams that deliver those. Our vision is a bit bolder than this. We want to become the go-to technical layer that serves travel.
Thank you, Radu. Thank you. Oh, one question over there.
Thanks for the presentation. First, I want to understand what you're delivering. So what I understand from your pitch is that you're helping the companies like TUI Travel get more services for their clients. So for example, they send you to Turkey, you're in an all-inclusive, and you allow them to, through the platform that you use, book some journeys or operators or service providers that are local from that specific country, and you automate the entire process because those people maybe have their offers on a PDF or in a document or stuff like that. Just to make sure, is that correct from what I understood?
It's almost spot on. The important thing is that our product is only multi-day tours. So imagine from the moment you land until the moment you take off, everything is taken care of.
Okay, and you handle that, you handle the connection between, for example, TUI Travel and those operators. How do you handle the safety and all the compliance related to that? Because, for example, I work with TUI, they are my clients, and they are really spot on the safety of the clients. You go with TUI, you're safe. When other people are involved, what happens if, for example, you go to Turkey or you go to Egypt, and one of the providers that you had through your API is some random guy and he goes in a crash, or he scams the client, or they deliver some food that is unhealthy? Who takes care of that and who handles that?
Very good question. And so TUI remains the merchant of record. They deal with the customer. They keep the customer support. However, the DMC needs to have their traveling license, they need to have the insurance license and so on. What we do is to vet quite strictly the DMCs so that all the liability stays with the DMC for providing the services, all the liability stays with TUI in this case for being the merchant of record.
Okay, so technically you make sure that if, for example, that provider does something bad, okay, TUI needs to handle the customer and take care of him, but he can legally put the pressure on the other guy to fix it afterwards.
Of course.
Okay,
yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
And by the way, happy birthday, Rubik. For me, it's my 10th anniversary with Rubik, because I was there at anniversary 0 at launch, so congrats.
Thank you, Radu. Thank you. Thank you for that.